We got quarterback question marks this week. Kyler, Baker, Goff, Ben.
Why?
Is Ben still having symptoms? How many times he has to test? Who's playing? Who's in? Who's out?
All right, we'll go through it. Goff didn't practice today. He's dealing with an oblique thing. That doesn't seem good.
He's out for the rest of the year.
Get your rest.
He's out for the rest of the year.
Good run.
He's done.
Tim Boyle is taking first-team reps, who I'm sure no one has ever heard of.
Oh,
But,
right.
Whoa. Green Bay legend.
I mean,
Yeah.
you guys obviously would have heard about him, but I'll say this. For someone who has almost never – I don't know if he's ever actually played, coaches love him. They really, really love him. And I know Green Bay was not happy when he ended up leaving, but he might actually get to start.
Oh, let's go.
Kyler, we'll see. Like, he's been pretty positive, but he's been positive for the last 2 weeks and hasn't played and hasn't come close to play. And there's a bye after this week, so like it would make a lot of sense if they just have Cole out there, bring back DeAndre Hopkins and Kyler full strength after the bye. I think Baker's probably going to be okay. He's definitely banged up, but I think Baker's going to be okay. And then Roethlisberger, he has a chance. I don't think he has symptoms now, from what I understand, but it's just it's tough to know what the tests are going to say. So I think he's got a shot.
Question.
They could find out Saturday.
Question. Unvaccinated guy gets COVID.
Yep.
Whether people knew he's unvaccinated or not.
Right.
I mean, that is...
I read about that.
They're not even this particular. 10 days with, I assume, how many hours of asymptomatic because you're no longer contagious?
Yeah. You just have to be asymptomatic by the time you get through your 10 days, but yes.
Okay, Ben Roethlisberger, vaccinated, he has to produce negative tests or just become asymptomatic?
He has to produce 2 negative tests 24 hours apart and be asymptomatic.
What if he gets to 10 days?
So then he is good.
Okay.
So basically, if you're vaccinated, you could test out earlier.
Okay, you can get those 2 tests earlier than the 10 days. But the 10 days is the maximum sentence for a vaccinated COVID positive player.
Right, because they believe by that point, even if you test positive, you're not able to give it to other people.
And if you're unvaccinated and you can't produce a negative test for 10 days, are you allowed back in or no?
If you're unvaccinated, you're still back after 10 days. Like a negative test is not required.
Okay. So 10 days maximum sentence.
Yes.
For all COVID situations. Go ahead. By the way, let's hope it's not a life sentence.
Yeah.
That's right.
Seriously.
T's and P's, which we don't hear ever from these types of media.
Never.
Ever. How's he doing? How's your family? No, that's never us. It's COVID positive at this asshole, keep it moving, blah, blah, blah. There's never a...
It's true.
How's your family?
Yeah,
Well, go ahead, Ty. You guys have a little feeling over there. Have a little heart. Have a little gabagool. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Ty. Sorry about it.
Rap sheet. Bob Domofsky tweeted this morning that Bakhtiari has missed 3 consecutive practices in a row. Is there I asked Glazer yesterday, and he didn't know what the hell was going on. Is there a chance that Bakhtiari doesn't play this year? I mean, what's going on here? When's this guy coming back?
Yeah, they think he is going to play at some point this year. The problem is he got injured so late, right? So he got injured. I feel like it was late December, or at least mid-December, right? So, should be back, let's say 11 months, 10 and a half months, if all goes well. Is he going to be himself at that point? I don't know. Is he a risk of re-injury? I don't know. Like, they have time, and there's no deadline anymore because they already activated him. So I just think they're going to make sure he's 100%. Like, I believe he will be back in December. I don't believe there's been a setback. And from what I understand, these days off on Thursday are to make sure that his rehab is going well with no setback. So I do think you will probably see him in December.
Okay. Great news for the draft coming back that we thought was maybe this week, last week, or the week before.
Yeah, December.
I mean, what is this? How come we can't get like the doctor that did Carson and Quinn
exactly.
to get him back? You know what I mean?
Help him out.
What the hell's that about?
Ian, maybe work on that for next week. We appreciate you, man. Because he was trying to disguise his question as if he cared about anybody other than Roethlisberger. That was.
Well, no, I do, because there's betting implications on the other quarterbacks playing too.
Yeah, you're right. The Kyler Murray thing is fascinating because if if they do have the bye week in 2 weeks, why would you, unless you say, hey, we can test it out right now, and if anything goes wrong, we have the bye week still. I guess there is a way you could look at that, but if you get an extra 2 weeks here, it's almost like him and D-Hop have a brand new season again. Like, you know, hey, every time we start the season, we're great, and then something happens, they're like, fucking, we got it. All right, you're going to take a 4-week break in the middle of the season, and then we'll just have 2 beginnings of the season. We'll be all the way back and fresh and relaxed. Your thoughts, AJ?
Yeah, with the bye week coming up, it would make sense for sure for Hopkins to rest that hamstring if that's what you're dealing with. We know time will help, and I would assume Kyler as well. Like they think, hey, even if we drop this game, we need you to make this home stretch.
Hey, hamstrings, those are literally just time, right?
Yeah, I think that's all you can really do.
Because
I mean, they'll do ultrasound and stem and all that, but really it's just time.
Yeah, because it's anything that's tweaked. You just got to hope that it's not deep. You got to hope it's not a severe, and then just over time it comes back. And I think there's obviously, you know, the compression and the cold and the hot and all that shit. But I think it's just your body's going to have to figure it out.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you're going to do all you can, but how much does that really help?
I didn't have many muscle things. Did you? I didn't have many, and I can't touch my toes, and I didn't have many muscle things. I was very thankful for it. Anytime I went through it, I was like, this is awful, because there's no like, hey, if you do this, then you do this, then you do this, you'll be here, you'll be good. With muscles and shit, it's like, we're going to try to do this to expedite it, and we're going to try this, but it's really just your muscle healing back or whatever. I'm like, well, come the fuck on, dude. Like, what do we do?
It's not really something you can fight through either. Like, I've never pulled a hammy. I did my groin and my calf, and when you first do it, you can't really tough it out. It grabs on you so hard you can't move.
Yeah, the sniper thing's real. Like, poof, like you are down. You just got to hope it figures itself out. What's up, Tom?
With Kyler, he's practicing, like he's throwing, he's practicing. How do teammates feel like when guys are like, if this is a playoff game, I could play, but right now, like, I'm not going to go. Or if it's like, hey, we got the bye week in a week. I could technically play this game, but we got the bye week. Maybe I'll wait. Like, how do teammates feel about
It depends who it is. Yeah. You know, this is a be who you can afford to be type thing. And I think everybody understands what they're saying as well.